Right, welcome back to Pine Tree State Restorations. On the French M1867 Tabaterera or Tabatere, I don't know how they say it for sure. I don't speak a lot of French. But there's no gun in history that's been as modified as this one throughout history. This started out as a smooth bore flintlock. Then they rifled the barrel. Then they converted it to percussion, then a breech loader, and then finally a shotgun. This gun had been converted several times in its history, um, and they made a lot of them, but they converted them. They just kept selling them, and the final versions with this type of trapdoor mechanism, they call it a snuff box. And that lid flips open, and you drop the 12 gauge shell in there, and you flip the lid down like this, lock it in place, cock the hammer, and you're ready to fire. Now, this is a muzzle loader was converted in '67 by the Belgium to breech loaders for black powder only. They call it a snuff box design, or some people call it a Snyder action, and it's for low pressure black powder only. The conversion started in 1870, 1871, and then they converted to 12 gauge smooth bores in the late 1890s. And the gun has a really long barrel on it. And when the last conversion was done in the 1890s to a smoothbore shotgun, they sold them to the States, United States, and all over for $2 or $3 a piece. And the interesting thing is they put a name on top, ZULU. And they only did that for marketing purposes. This gun was never in the Zulu War. It might have been when it was originally a cartridge firing gun, but technically wasn't in the Zulu War. And the shotgun surely wasn't in the Zulu War because it was way after that. And so this gun is a really strange gun. It'd be kind of cool to cut the barrel down to 20-inch and convert it back to a rifle, like a low pressure round, a 38 special or something. Be kind of cool to do that. So if you get one and you want to shoot it, you got to load black powder shells. I believe the original loading was 60 to 70 grains of black powder and 1 ounce a shot. And they used a solid brass shell. You could use a plastic shell if you set it up right. Some of them are 2.5 inches chambers. Some are 2 3/4. So you got to figure out which one you got. They're not Damascus barreled. They're regular steel-proof barrels. But they can't take any hot loads. If you put a really hot load in there, you could break it. The way this is designed, it's pretty fragile. The only thing really holding the gun on together is right there. And when you flip it up like that spring on there, you're supposed to be able to pull that whole breech block back, and there's an extractor on the front of the barrel that pops the shell back so you can grab it and throw it, put a new one in. So that's stuck on this one. I got to take this apart and get it cleaning. It won't move. So we're going to have to do that. The gun is overall in pretty good shape. Bought it at a flea market, and it's in pretty good condition, but I'm going to get it back into shooting condition so it's an actual useful gun again. But that's what we have here. We have the M1867 French Tabatere, I believe they say that as that way, and converted basically like 5 times in its lifetime until the end when it became a cartridge firing smooth bore 12 gauge shotgun. They did do some 20s, but they're mostly 12s. And like I said, the name Zulu they put on the barrel was purely a marketing scheme in the 1890s. But it's a very interesting gun. Never had one before, so I'm looking forward to taking it apart and cleaning it, getting it running again. So, got a metal butt plate on it. The wood's really cool on it. It's got some nice wood. They cut these down. They originally had a long stock on the rifle, and they cut them down to make them look more like a shotgun. and they put that long barrel on there. I wouldn't have put that long a barrel on there back in the day, but that they must have figured that's what they needed. I would have put a 28-inch barrel on there. I think that's like 30 or 35-inch barrel on there, but that's what it is. The French Tabateria, whatever you want to call it. It's just a cool old gun with a lot of history, modified several times in its lifetime to be several guns. I mean, this gun could have been all over the world and everywhere. You just don't know. There's some of the proof numbers right there. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm going to be tearing this apart and cleaning it all up and getting it running good and moving on to the next project. If you can, hit like and subscribe, and I really appreciate you watching. And we'll see you soon.